Strength doesn't begin with your body. It begins with your mind. Every punch, every move, every decision you make in life stems from a place deep inside, a place of focus, clarity, and stillness. Many people chase power externally, thinking that lifting heavier, running faster, or doing more will make them stronger. But the truth is, real strength is invisible. It's not in the flash of your movements or the noise of your actions. It's in the quiet moments, in the space between thought and reaction, where you learn to master yourself. When your mind is still, you become unshakable. You see opportunities others miss because they are clouded by distraction, frustration, or fear. You feel the rhythm of life and know exactly when to act and when to hold back. That control, that calmness, is the foundation of true power. Self-mastery is not a skill you acquire overnight. It is cultivated every day in small choices, choosing patience over impatience, choosing focus over distraction, choosing clarity over chaos. It's about learning to breathe through tension, to observe your emotions without letting them dictate your actions, and to hold yourself accountable when every instinct tells you to react. When you master yourself, you stop being tossed around by the opinions, judgments, and pressures of the world. You move through life with a sense of purpose, like water flowing over rocks, not fighting, not forcing, simply adapting and overcoming. Think about it this way. A strong tree does not tremble in the wind because it struggles against it. It stands firm because it has roots deep in the earth. Your mind is your root. If it is steady, no storm, no criticism, no challenge can uproot you. This is why stillness is not passivity. It is preparation. It is the silent training ground of the soul, where resilience is forged, where confidence grows, where strength becomes instinctive. In stillness, you meet yourself fully, your fears, your doubts, your potential, and you learn that none of it has to control you. You gain the power to decide, to act, to shape your life rather than be shaped by it. So, when life feels overwhelming, when the noise around you threatens to drown out your purpose, remember that the strongest thing you can do is pause. Breathe, center yourself, find that quiet within, and from that place, every choice, every action, every step you take will carry the weight of true strength. Strength begins with mastering yourself. Power is often misunderstood as brute force, as the loudest, fastest, most aggressive move you can make. But real power flows quietly, like water. It is adaptable, patient, and relentless in its subtlety. When you are calm, when your mind is steady, you learn to move through life rather than against it. You begin to see that the obstacles in your path are not always walls to break, they are currents to navigate, challenges to flow around, lessons to absorb. The strongest trees bend in the wind, and the strongest warriors move with the rhythm of life, not against it. Flowing like water requires awareness. It requires you to be present, to feel the currents, to sense when to push forward and when to yield. Many people fight every situation with tension, thinking that resistance equals strength. But resistance consumes energy, creates friction, and ultimately slows you down. Calmness, on the other hand, allows you to conserve your energy, to direct it precisely where it matters, to act with purpose rather than reaction. Every motion becomes intentional. Every decision becomes sharper. The world may rush and roar around you, but you remain centered, moving effortlessly through chaos while others struggle against it. This kind of power is not learned in gyms or arenas. It is cultivated within. It is the result of discipline, practice, and patience. By training your mind to remain calm under pressure, you transform situations that once seemed overwhelming into opportunities for mastery. You learn to anticipate, to adjust, to respond instead of react. Like water finding its way around a rock, you discover that adaptability is more potent than force. The calm mind sees patterns, understands timing, and chooses actions that are precise, effective, and powerful. And there's something beautiful about this approach. You realize that strength doesn't have to shout to be felt. True power is invisible until it is needed. It doesn't need recognition or applause. It simply moves, quietly but decisively, achieving what force alone could never accomplish. Calmness becomes your strategy, patience your weapon, and flexibility your ultimate advantage. Life, like water, flows in unexpected ways, but when you embrace the flow rather than resist it, you discover a power that is unstoppable. To move like water is not to surrender. It is to master the art of effortless strength. Focus is the hidden force behind every great achievement. In life, most people are distracted by noise, by chaos, by endless streams of information and emotion. Frustration becomes a constant companion, and energy is scattered in 1,000 directions. But when you cultivate stillness, when you calm your mind, something remarkable happens. Clarity emerges. You can see what truly matters, and your attention sharpens like a blade. Focus is not simply paying attention. It is choosing where to place your energy and refusing to let anything else steal it. Frustration is a thief. It clouds judgment, fuels rash decisions, and wastes the most precious resource you have, your time and energy. Calmness, on the other hand, acts as a filter. It allows you to observe, to assess, and to act from a place of intelligence rather than impulse. In a heated moment, most people react. They lash out, they push, they struggle. But when your mind is calm, you respond. You transform chaos into opportunity. You see the openings others miss. You anticipate the moves of life, and you act with precision. This is the art of focus, transforming potential distraction into purposeful action. Focus is not an abstract idea. It is practical, tangible, and powerful. When your mind is quiet, you notice things you might otherwise overlook. You hear the subtle cues, you sense the patterns, and you recognize the steps that will lead you to success. Calmness gives you perspective, and perspective creates power. A focused mind moves decisively. A distracted mind flounders endlessly. Strength is not measured by speed or noise, but by the ability to act with intention. When you focus, your actions carry weight, your decisions carry clarity, and your life carries direction. Learning to focus is a discipline, not a momentary trick. It is practiced in quiet moments, in meditation, in stillness. Each pause, each breath, each conscious decision to redirect your attention builds a reservoir of power. And when life becomes overwhelming, as it inevitably does, you have something no one can take from you. A mind capable of stillness, a heart capable of calm, and a focus that cuts through any storm. In the end, the most powerful person in any room is not the one who shouts the loudest or moves the fastest, but the one whose mind is clear, whose energy is directed, and whose focus is unbreakable. Focus transforms frustration into clarity, and clarity transforms life into mastery. Energy is the currency of life, and how you spend it determines the strength you carry into every moment. Most people waste it without even realizing, scattering themselves across distractions, frustrations, and needless conflicts. When your mind is agitated, every thought consumes more energy than necessary. Every reaction burns more than it should, and slowly, silently, you find yourself exhausted before the real challenges even appear. Calmness is not merely a state of mind. It is the method by which you conserve your energy, the strategy through which your strength multiplies. Think of it like a river. When water rushes chaotically, it splashes and sprays, losing momentum, eroding its banks unnecessarily. But when it flows smoothly, it carries enormous power effortlessly, shaping mountains and valleys over time. Your mind works the same way. Agitation scatters your focus, tension blocks your clarity, and energy is squandered. Calmness aligns your inner current, directing your strength where it is needed, allowing you to move through life efficiently, decisively, and effectively. Efficiency of energy is not about doing less, it is about doing right. When you are calm, You can assess situations with clarity, choose your actions wisely, and execute them with precision. You no longer waste effort in reaction to noise or emotion. Instead, you channel it intentionally, like a master archer drawing a single arrow with perfect aim. The power that comes from this discipline is silent but undeniable. People may see your results and wonder at your ability, but they rarely see the quiet mastery of energy that made it possible. Energy conservation also translates into resilience. Life will test you, unexpected challenges will arise, pressures will mount, and conflicts will appear. If you have wasted your energy in agitation, you will falter. But if you have cultivated calmness, if you have trained your mind to remain steady, you can endure, adapt, and overcome. The calm mind becomes a reservoir from which strength flows naturally, without effort or struggle. The practice of directing energy wisely is simple yet profound. Pause before reacting, breathe before deciding, observe before acting. Each deliberate moment builds a stronger foundation, a clearer path, a more powerful presence. Over time, the effect compounds, and suddenly, you realize that what seemed impossible is within reach, because your power is not scattered. It is concentrated, controlled, and unstoppable. Strength isn't about how much you expend. It's about how efficiently and deliberately you use. Many people believe that power must be loud to be noticed, that strength must announce itself with force and spectacle, but the truth is that the quietest power is often the most profound. Silent power does not seek attention. It does not demand recognition. It simply exists, steady and unwavering, influencing everything around it without struggle. Those who rely on noise to assert themselves often mask uncertainty, while those who cultivate stillness allow their presence, their actions, and their results to speak for themselves. The world is full of chaos, distractions, and competing voices. Amid all this, the person who can remain calm and centered stands out not because they shout the loudest, but because they radiate control, confidence, and clarity. Silent power is subtle, but it is felt deeply. People sense it in the way you move, in the way you respond to challenges, in the way your energy interacts with theirs. There is a magnetic quality to calm strength. It doesn't need validation because it is rooted in mastery. True power is not about imposing your will on others. It is about mastering yourself. When your mind is still, your emotions steady, and your energy focused, your influence naturally grows. You move through situations with precision, acting only when necessary. And when you do act, your impact is undeniable. This is why those who seem quiet, who speak softly, or who wait patiently, often achieve what the loudest voices cannot. Their calmness is their strategy, their patience their weapon, and their discipline their strength. Silent power also creates freedom. When you are not tethered to reaction, you are free to choose your path. You are free to act with purpose rather than compulsion. You are free to conserve your energy for what truly matters. And in this freedom, you discover a form of strength that is unshakable, because it is not dependent on external circumstances, approval, or recognition. It exists within you, constant and reliable, ready to guide your every move. Learning to cultivate silent power requires practice. It demands patience, observation, and self-awareness. It asks you to pause before responding, to measure your energy, and to act with intention. Over time, this discipline becomes a natural part of your presence. Others may notice your calm. They may admire your restraint. But what matters most is that you feel it within yourself. That quiet confidence, that invisible mastery, is the essence of strength. The loudest voice is often the weakest. The quietest presence carries the most power. Presence is the foundation of strength. To be truly strong, you must exist fully in the moment, not caught in regrets about the past or anxieties about the future. Many people let life slip by because their minds are elsewhere, distracted by worries or preoccupied with outcomes. But the person who masters calmness is fully alive in each moment, aware of the situation, attuned to the people around them, and ready to act with precision. Strength thrives in awareness, not in haste, not in reaction. When panic arises, it clouds perception. Decisions become rushed, actions become erratic, and energy is wasted. Calmness acts as a stabilizer, a lens that sharpens your focus and clarifies your path. In this state, you notice the subtle opportunities that others miss, the hidden patterns that guide effective action, and the optimal moments to move rather than resist. Presence transforms ordinary situations into arenas of mastery. When you are fully aware, every step, every word, every choice carries the weight of deliberate intent. Being present also cultivates resilience. Life is unpredictable. Challenges come without warning, and circumstances often exceed our control. The panicked mind reacts, struggles, and fractures under pressure. The calm mind observes, adapts, and overcomes. It does not waste energy on what cannot be changed. Instead, it focuses on what is within its control, leveraging every resource to navigate the moment with strength and purpose. Calmness, in this sense, is not weakness. It is preparation, strategy, and wisdom in motion. Presence is cultivated through practice. It begins with small moments, focusing on a single breath, listening fully when someone speaks, observing the details of your surroundings without judgment. These simple acts train your mind to remain anchored, to resist distraction, and to remain steady amid chaos. Over time, this practice expands into all aspects of life. You move with awareness, respond with intention, and lead with quiet authority. People are drawn to it, challenges bend before it, and opportunities become clear in ways they never were before. Ultimately, the power of presence is the power of choice. By being fully in the moment, you choose your reactions instead of being controlled by impulses. You choose your energy instead of letting it be scattered. You choose clarity instead of confusion. And in every choice, your calmness becomes your strength, allowing you to navigate life with a confidence that cannot be shaken. Strength thrives in awareness, not distraction. Control is freedom. Many people misunderstand what it means to be strong. They think strength is the ability to dominate, to command, or to push the world around them. But the truest form of power comes from mastery over oneself. When your mind is still and your heart is calm, you gain control over your reactions, your decisions, and your energy. This inner mastery is what allows you to navigate the chaos of life without being tossed about by it. It is the foundation upon which freedom is built. To control yourself is not to suppress your emotions or deny your desires. It is to understand them, to observe them, and to act intentionally rather than react impulsively. Every moment you feel anger, frustration, or fear, you have a choice to let it drive your actions or to respond with awareness. The calm mind chooses wisely. It recognizes that yielding to impulse leads to wasted energy, lost opportunities, and unnecessary conflict. Control allows you to act from a place of clarity and purpose, transforming challenges into opportunities rather than obstacles. Control is also the key to resilience. Life is unpredictable, and circumstances are rarely within our complete power. External forces will always attempt to disrupt your path, test your limits, and challenge your composure. But when you master your inner state, you remain unshaken. Calmness becomes your shield, stillness your anchor. No matter what arises, you move through it with awareness, intention, and strength. The freedom that comes from this mastery is immeasurable. You are no longer a prisoner of circumstance, of emotion, or of the opinions of others. This mastery is cultivated through practice. Each time you pause before reacting, each time you observe before responding, each time you choose awareness over agitation, you strengthen the foundation of your control. Over time, this discipline becomes instinctive. You no longer need to force calmness. It is your natural state. And from that place, freedom emerges not as an abstract idea, but as a lived experience. You are free to act, free to choose, free to live intentionally. Control over yourself is the ultimate form of strength, because it allows you to move through life unshaken, purposeful, and powerful. In mastering yourself, you discover that freedom is not something given by the world. It is claimed from within. Master yourself, and you master your world. Simplicity is often underestimated, yet it is the essence of true strength. Life has a way of complicating itself, of layering distractions, obligations, and noise until clarity is buried beneath the weight of chaos. Many people believe that complexity equals power, that the more elaborate their actions, the stronger they appear. But real strength is found in simplicity. When your mind is still and your heart is calm, you strip away what is unnecessary, and what remains is pure, precise, and powerful. Simplicity allows your actions to carry weight because they are deliberate. There is no wasted motion, no hesitation, no overthinking. Each step is aligned with purpose. Each decision is guided by clarity. When your mind is calm, you see the essence of every situation, the core truths that others overlook while they chase distractions. In simplicity, there is focus. In focus, there is strength. And in strength, there is freedom. This approach also brings resilience. Complexity creates confusion, and confusion breeds frustration and fatigue. By embracing simplicity, you conserve your energy for what truly matters. You no longer expend effort on trivial matters or get lost in the noise of life. Your actions become intentional, your decisions informed, and your path clear. The stronger your inner stillness, the more natural simplicity emerges, and with it, an unstoppable clarity of purpose. Simplicity is also elegance in motion. Just as a river cuts through the world, not by force, but by persistence. A simple, focused approach allows you to overcome obstacles. It magnifies your impact because every action is essential, every effort. Life becomes less about reacting to endless complications, and more about aligning with what truly matters. When you act from stillness, guided by calmness, you discover that less can be infinitely more, that clarity is power, and that simplicity is the ultimate form of mastery. Finally, simplicity fosters harmony. It aligns your thoughts, your actions, and your purpose. It creates a life that is powerful, not because it is visible, but because it is intentional and true. When you cultivate a still mind and a calm heart, your life becomes like a well-tuned instrument. Every note resonates with meaning, every movement carries strength, and every choice reflects. Mastery, complexity distracts, noise confuses, but simplicity empowers.